That was,
Jonathan, you didn't tell me.
didn't tell you what?
Tom Jones is on.
No, he's on. That was a real sex kitten walk you gave us out there.
Well, excited for Tom Jones.
So I take it you're a big Tom Jones fan then?
Crackerjack.
They're all too old for
Honestly,
Crackerjack, I think, aren't they?
Between you and me, and don't tell anyone else, but I am moist at the thought of Tom Jones.
I can't imagine wanting to tell anyone else. Boy, it's a nice wet start to the show.
Yeah. Hope we don't stick to the scene.
I'm sure not as much as the next guest hope should I stick to this.
I just take the chair with me and wear it as a bracelet or an earring.
Tom Jones. It's a really good way of getting out of the situation, isn't it? Now, let's do a fairly straightforward interview here, Dawn, because you're working on a new play, aren't you?
I am indeed, and it's called When I Was a Girl, I Used to Scream and Shout.
Which has already opened with Julie Walters in, hasn't it?
It has Julie Walters and Geraldine James and Sheila Reid, and they're leaving the play, sadly. But I'm going into it.
Tom Jones is...
With Sharon Dews and Colette O'Neill, and it's going to be dead, dead good.
Are you scared about taking over from Julie?
Yeah, well, I'm not taking over from Julie, I'm taking over from Geraldine James. Do your research, John.
Who's taking over from Julie?
Do your research, babe.
Well, I'm kind of new to this game, you see.
Yeah,
and,
well, I can tell.
Yeah. But how did you meet Jennifer Saunders, changing the subject?
Well, I just saw her in the street one day and I said, hey, bitch, want to do some comedy? And that's how it happened, really.
And it worked for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic, yes.
Because you got one more show in the new series.
We have indeed. Are you enjoying it?
I am, very much indeed.
Are you enjoying it as much as Tom Jones?
Probably not. How do you write the series? Do you get together and kind of spend a weekend away?
Pencils we use mainly.
And
pencils.
paper?
Yeah, paper, that kind of thing. No, we can't write at home because Jen's got a baby now and I've got cats. I can't have babies, I just have cats. It's very painful, the birth.
For you or for the cats?
Yeah. But not for the cats, Jonathan, no, for me. And we just can't concentrate at home, so we got an office this time, it's very grown up. And we go to the office every day and we sit there from 9 till 5 and we arrange flowers. We put plugs on things, we put pictures of all our favourite people, of course. You are one of those.
I'm sure. What about Tom Jones? Are you a Tom Jones?
He's up on the wall and I'm hoping that he'll be in my pants. As soon as possible.
I'll ask him for you later and see what he says.
I'm prepared to conceive a child by that man tonight. That's all I can say.
That's a bit real quicky though, wouldn't it? I mean,
yes, I mean, whatever.
9 months in 90 seconds.
Absolutely.
That would do for me.
Yes.
How did you get involved with the comic strip people? How did you start performing at the comic strip? Because you were a teacher, weren't you?
Yeah, I was a teacher, yes, at Parliament Hill School for Girls, which was a great place. And
what did you teach?
Drama and English, Jonathan.
Were you a good teacher?
Yes, Jonathan, I was. I think you should ask the children, but I think they'll agree that I was. Otherwise, they'd be beaten.
Were you a strict teacher? Did you beat the children?
Quite strict. I mean, the best way I found, certainly with third years, was to insist that they would lie on the floor prostrate in front of me and say, "Good morning, Your Highness." And they did. They used to do it. I had a class that came in, "Good morning, Your Highness. May we have a lesson now?" So, yes, children, I will teach you. And that's how we began.
And it worked?
Yes, I had a lot of tellings off from parents who didn't want their children taught in this way.
Oh, fuddy-duddies.
Yes, and they got dirty from lying on the floor.
But they'd only got dirty in some other ways, wouldn't they?
Shoes and that
yeah,
kind of thing,
as kids do, as kids do.
Yeah.
No,
but I just went along to the comic strip. They didn't have any women there, and they needed a few breasts in the show.
And they got a few.
And they got more than they bargained for, Jonathan, I think we could happily say.
Well, speaking about your breasts, as we are...
Yes, I was hoping that we would speak about my breasts as soon as possible.
It's the only reason we invited you on the show, you know that, don't you? Do they ever get in the way when you play sport and things, or...?
I don't play sport often, no. Do your testicles get in the way when you play?
They're kind of getting in the way right now. No, that's got one sorted out anyway.
I did have quite honestly, I did recently just have a scan, as I think everyone should. And when you've got large and gorgeous breasts, like as I have, you get very paranoid that you might catch something or there might be something there that you don't want. And so I went along to, well, actually, every time I went to the doctor, I just said, "Please feel my breasts." And, you know, I was eventually going just with a cold and saying, "Forget the cold, just feel the breasts." And he said, "Well, either, you know, we're going to get married here, or you're paranoid about catching something." And I said, yes, I would like to get married to you, but in fact, I'm married to Lenny Bennett, so I can't, you know. and so he said, go and have a scan. So I went across the road to the hospital, and there was this like Fraulein of a woman standing there, and she obviously hated me, and she hated everything I'd ever done. And she said, right, off with the top, off with the bra. Could you lay your breast upon the Perspex sheet? At which point I thought, well, this is going to be horrible for people who haven't got very large breasts. They can't lay it under. Anyway, bright as I was, I placed my breast upon the sheet, and I thought, oh, I have a photograph taken of it. That's very nice. And she went behind the screen, you know, the one you go behind so you don't die of radioactivity or whatever. And she pressed this button, and another Perspex sheet started to come down like this. And I thought, my God, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark. I've got to escape from here. And it literally, as it just got to the top of my breast, I just pulled myself away. Yes, you bitch, I've got you. But it's true, that's what they do.
I'm sure they do. Well, can I have a print of the photo when it comes
You
out?
may.
I'm afraid that's what you've got to. You're going to have to come back and give my love to Lenny Bennett when you see him. Thanks so much, Dawn Jennings. Going to begin. He's the rising comedian who's